Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. All right. Please do note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries significant risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right. The YM has a get in sync short possibility. Thank you, Crypticon. Yes, do hit that like button and say hello so I know who's here. Good morning, Miles. Less than a minute to market open. We'll come back to crude and unleaded. We also have an active trade on the pound Aussie this morning. That has been rather interesting. And the market is open. We've got plenty of time. We're in that short trade on the YM. And we have a short trade on soybeans, which we got plenty of time to get in. Or we had plenty of time to get in. So looking for target one there. YM stopped and reversed too long, has hit target one. Entry was at 37, so that would be at 41 with the stop and reverse adjustment plus the key level adjustment. Looks like the Russell is in a long trade, getting right at money management. And the YM stopping out at break even. And we have a possible short at 829. I would have taken target 2 on that YM trade because of the size. And we do get short. Excuse me. And a stop and reverse for soybeans. 28.75. And we did just trigger in. And there's target 1. Six ticks, that's a minimum. And stop would be at 29 even, and it just stopped out. So that's another 3 ticks, so 9 ticks on that trade. What was our loss from 27.25? Good morning, Pamela. To 28.75, 6 ticks times 4 positions, 24 ticks. So we're down 15 at the moment. And the YM with target 1 on this trade, 34 ticks. That's going to get us positive, I'm pretty sure. Trailing at 809. And the original trade on soybeans is still active, but we stopped out on our adjusted stop because of the stop and reverse. And we have a potential stop and reverse at 24. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here? Oh, yeah, at 23, excuse me. No, the entry would be at 23, 22 actually. Yeah, 23. Okay, that stop and reverse is at 22. And I would say, based on what it's done so far, I would keep the stop at the full stop of 19 for the original long trade. Make that your stop and reverse. And that trade actually has canceled already on the pound Aussie. So we're back to our long trade. And keeping our stop at 19. You got 3 touches down here in the 21 area. That's why I would say would have kept my stop and reverse at 19. Significant support there, obviously, because we've got 3 touches right into that area. Okay, soybeans has not come up with another trade, and the YM did stop out at 771. That should get us POQ there. All right, the Russell got a target 3 and 4, plus a target 2 trailer. and we pick up. I would say that short is very likely not tradable. It was 1 second from the setup to the next bar, and then it went up again. So I would say that one's avoidable, as is this one over here. We've got it. Then we get a break even long, and this I would call a get in sync long at this point. Soybeans getting a long trade. That's chase ticks taking over, and we just did trigger into the long. That's the chase ticks in counterpunch. And target one. Wait a minute. Target one's not big enough with the chase ticks in place. So our target two is our first. And we did hit target two for 2 positions. Target two is 9 ticks, so that's 18, 21, 18, 20, where we're down 15. So that's POQ on soybeans this morning. Now, can we get a breakout on the pound Aussie? Can it break through the 50 and the 200? If it does, I think that long trade has a real good chance. If the 200 holds again, this will be the third time it's held. Then we've got a real question. Then it's looking more like a bearish flag. If it can break below 19. Actually break below about 21. Good morning, Arshad. Good morning, Trader Man. It looks like 200 is held again. All right, let's take a look at unleaded so we can bring up the micro NQ. Unleaded, our first signal that was in our trade plan is this dark blue short. That's the 20 SMA trade, but that was too fast to trade. It was 4 signal at 13 seconds after the hour, and the first bar after that closed just 4 seconds later, never coming back close to the entry. So I would say that's a no, that's not tradable. So then our first trade becomes the long trade over here at 904. Plenty of time to get in that, and ultimately works its way out. Target one and target two. Target one is hit. Target two is missed by 1 tick. So that's a case where whatever you do, take profit at target one, market that position out. You got to take some profit out of that, and that should be POQ for everybody. And we have another stop and reverse. at 32. And we stop and reverse to short on the pound Aussie. All right, so unleaded is POQ. So we will bring up the micro NQ and see what it's done. All right, that's an 8:34 start Central Time. So that's 9:34 on my chart. And that long trade is actually get in sync. And that takes a full loss. Then we have a short trade that you've got to evaluate what happened first. Did we touch the entry or did we touch the stops? You got to break that down on a faster chart. That's going to be a loss if it is valid. And the long is a break even. Short $11, so we're in that one. That's another break even. That's already 4 trades. Long definitely in. There's money management, and that's where we are. Trade number 5 at money management on the micro NQ. And money management on the pound Aussie trade. Actually, no, let's see. 32, so we are going to need to go down to 20, which is actually target 2. For money management. And the MNQ with the winner at target 2. It's not going to get us positive yet, but that's a good start. And target 2 achieved. 2 positions come off. And we start to trail, bring the stop to break even. So that would be 31 at the moment. And remember to make your adjustment for spread on this, because this is going to be the buy side of the trade. I'm seeing about a 3.5 pip spread at the moment. So that would put your exit order, your stop order, at 75, 30, 35 1 or 34 1, 30 or 34 5. All right. We got a trailer at target 1 on the MNQ. Now we're in a short. And the Russell, Russell is looking bad. That's avoidable. That was a break even. That one's avoidable. So we got a win and a break even. 2 break evens. That's an avoidable short. Yeah, that's an avoidable short. And a successful long, target 3 in a small trailer. 2 wins, 2 break evens. Short trade. 2. It's just, and that went too fast. Hit money management, became a break even. So that's a no trade. Oops. Now that's a no trade right there. Trade number 5 is a full loss. 2 wins, 2 break-evens, and a loss. And taking heat on this trade on the MNQ. Money management still at 31, or I'm sorry, break-even stop still at 31 on the pound Aussie. So that would have your stop order at about 34.5 or 34.5. And still surviving in the MNQ trade. All right, let's go back and look at crude oil. First trade is the long here. Comes up and just touches money management. So we have a break even there. Come back with another long. Probably in that, but not certainly. But anyway, that comes back to stop and reverse to short for trade number 3. And that exits on a stop and reverse at 60. And that exits at basically a full stop out for trade number 3. So a losing session this morning on crude oil. And target 3 achieved on the pound Aussie. Long trade for the last trade of the day on the Russell. And the last trade of the day is a full stop out on the micro NQ. The new order goes, you take the entry signal for the reversal trade, make your stop and reverse adjustment, which we normally do 2 ticks. In the case, we've got one right here. This was our original trade with the stop down here at 19. This trade would have come, and I think the stop and reverse adjustment is turned on this calculator. It shouldn't be. So the stop and reverse comes in at 32. That's where you put your entry order in, and then move your stop up to that same 75.32 level. That's the sell portion of the trade. So on the you will not adjust for and our stop has moved to 28. So add 3.5. That's 31.5 now. And that means we're at least going to cover the slippage on the trailing stop. Well, we did get targets 2 and 3. And we're still live in the trade at the moment, although it's getting close. It's within within 1.2 pips. That's getting close. So yeah, the stop and reverse you'd actually place your order for the reversal signal and move your stop to that same level. If that doesn't trigger in and cancels for whatever reason, you got 2 choices. You can either leave your stop there or move it back to the original. And it looks like I got filled. And it looks like my 3.5 pip spread adjustment was just a little bit too tight. Okay, it went through. So that trade is done. All right, we've got less than a minute before the 10 a.m. session. That's what I do. Troy actually, I think, what Troy does is he moves his stop first and then places the new order off a pip or so off, and then moves it, or a tick or so off of that level, because you can't put it at the same level when after you've already moved one there. So it's whichever you prefer. I prefer not to have to move but once, so I go ahead and place my new order at the level I'm going to end up at, and then move my existing stop there. Okay, crude is in a trade at the moment, so we'll have to wait for, and we're in our session, so we'll have to wait for a new trade there. And that's well above where we'd be able to take it. It's already trailing, so no way to get involved with that one. All right, so that's the only chart we need to look at right now. Everything else is done. And there is our trade, a short. And triggering in. And we'll see what this does. This looks like it may very well be a reaction trade. But we'll see what happens. And it is a full stop out. That's the danger of that trade right after a significant move. That's a shame. It looks like it might actually end up going down now. And see how it does with the 20 SMA. But we are at session highs. Just setting the session high at 78.44. And there actually is a long. That's the SMA trade. That's in the diamond level package. That is definitely part of the trade plan, though. target at 52, and that trade cancels. So waiting for a new trade for trade number 2. I suspect we're still negative on the pound Aussie as well. So we'll watch for a trade there. And there it is, a short. Just triggered in at 78.24. Small trade. $78.41 for the stop. New short on the pound Aussie. You're welcome, most welcome, Arshad. That's one of the things that's probably one of the toughest things to learn, and that's something you can practice in sim mode, is practice your execution for stop and reverses. Money management for this trade is a tick above target 2 at 78.14. So our targets will be targets 2 and 3 on this trade. Our loss on the first trade was 20 ticks times 2 is 40. And we're looking at $11 and $16 if we get both targets on this one. We'll be 27. We'll be down 13, looking for trade number 3. And there it is. Got targets 2 and 3. And I believe 3. Yep. Hit 3 right on the nose. 78.08. So we will look for one more trade there, needing an additional 13 ticks. And crude now making a nice down move. Waiting for a new trade there, though. Pound Aussie pushing down toward money management. Still in the short on crude, looking for a new trade. And it looks like money management $49.80. $98.3, and we got down to $98.4. Missed it by a tick. Not fun. All right, now we've got it. And picked up target one. All right, so stopping out. So looking for a long trade and don't see the makings of it right now. And now it's definitely not. So we're going to be looking for a short trade. We've got an overbought reading now. I'm looking for one more trade on crude oil. Market definitely kind of mixed this morning. And touching our session high again. Waiting for one more trade. Looks like target 2 on the pound Aussie. Not looking like it wants to. Target 3 achieved on the pound Aussie. That should actually probably get it positive. Trailing stop down to 75.06. And now 75.01. Pound Aussie coming down toward its session low. Target 4 at 7471. We got as low as 72.2. And a short on crude. I was watching the pound Aussie and didn't call that time limit. Plenty of time to get in that, I would say. Yeah, definitely plenty of time to get in that. Needing 13 ticks. Target 1 is 12. So if we get to target 1, we will be break even. This is our last trade anyway. Crude set the session high at 78.55, but now is having trouble getting back, pulled back below 50 level and having trouble getting through that, which is a good thing for us with our stop at 57. All right, we got down to 70.8, so that's target 4 achieved on the pound Aussie. Stop still at 75.01. It's going to come down to 75.6 or 74.96. When this bar closes one way or the other, it's not going to get above the balance lines. Might even come down to 93 if it closes lower. If the bar closes lower, because we only need one more tick on the balance line to get it. If we get down to 91.2 on the balance line, the rounding will carry us down to. Okay, so we got and went closed up, and there's 96 for our stop. Taking some heat now on the long. Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. So we had the short. It was a full stop. Okay, the long was our last trade, so that was the end of the session. All right. Unfortunately, that's the second losing session on crude this morning. And unless there are more questions, actually on crude, I'm trading mini session plans, which are three trade max, 2 full losses or three trades maximum. Normal POQ1. So target 1 and positive, 2 losses or 3 trades max. And I do that. It's only 3 trades because it's only an hour. Each of the mini sessions is only an hour long. Trade 9 to 10, 10 to 11. Sometimes I'll trade 11 to 12. But if It just depends on your trade plan. If you're just taking one session, yeah, I would trade. I wouldn't trade over 5 on Counterpunch. I'd trade up to 6 on Spotlight, but I really wouldn't go beyond that, especially not unless you've tested it that way. But yeah, at five trades at a 2% loss each trade puts you with about a 10% drawdown, assuming everything loses. Yeah, that's basically essentially a worst case. So your trade plan is your circuit breaker pretty much in that case. Unless you have some unusually large trades. Other questions? Regular session this week, our regular schedule this week, 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning for the regular session. Sure. Trader man asking when trading crude, do I go 5 trades based on my trade plan, or am I trading until I'm profitable before I shut it down? And I'm saying that I actually trade a mini session plan. So I trade a 9 o'clock mini session and a 10 o'clock mini session. So my trade plan is POQ1. Target 1 is the actionable target. So target 1 and positive, 2 full losses, or 3 trades max. I will go ahead and take the third trade if I've had a stop and reverse in there, typically, unless it's almost a full stop out. If I have a full stop and a severe stop and reverse that's almost a full stop, then I will go ahead and shut it down. But if you're running on a single session plan, yeah, I would definitely. I wouldn't go Counterpunch. I'd go to basically 5 trades. With what I've seen with Spotlight, I will typically would go on a single session plan. I'll go to up to 6 trades, but I wouldn't try to push it beyond that. I mean, if you're, and I've seen some cases where you're still negative at that point. Usually, the last couple of trades will have a tendency to mitigate the loss, but if you've had a string of losers, that's a good circuit breaker, because 5 trades at 2%, you're down 10% already. I mean, that's a good place to stop. So it depends on your trade plan. If it's a single session, yeah, I would stop at 5. I wouldn't just keep trading to try to get positive. I'd stop at 5 or 6. In the mini sessions that are only an hour long, the plan is only for 3. Yeah, and that's what we traded with Counterpunch, was typically 5. We didn't get into the mini session approach until somewhere in Spotlight. And that's, you'll see me do exactly that. 5 trades on up to 5 trades on soybeans here in the room. Yes, two, and that's in each session. Each session is basically a separate power of quitting rules. But yes, my session, each session is one win to target one, at least target one in positive, or two money management trades. I've seen chances where, or sessions where I hit money management and don't get target twice in a row, and I'll close it down at that, because there's no use in just keep risking capital just to break even. Getting two money management trades tells you that the market's pretty choppy anyway, because if it turns back between money management and target one, that's an indication that it's pretty choppy. So that's also a reason to get to step aside. But yes, if I say now, I want, if I take a small stop and reverse loss, I'll continue and take the third trade along with a second loss. But if I take a full stop out, or two big stop and reverse losses, then no, I'm done. Two stop and reverse losses that are approaching the full stop of the original trades. And, over half the, if it doesn't cut the loss in at least half, then I'll treat that as a full loss as a loss for counting the losses. But if it cuts the loss to less than half the risk, then I'll go ahead and take the third trade. You too, Pamela. You have a good afternoon and evening across the pond, and I'll probably see you at noon in the CEO Trader Mastermind session. You too, Trader Man. Have a good one. Everybody have a good afternoon, and we will see everybody tomorrow at 9:30. Regular crude oil inventory session tomorrow at 10:30. So see what happens tomorrow. All right. Have a good one.